The first thing we should talk about is the title of the poem. T.S. Eliot often used musical language in the titles of his poems because of the parallels between music and poetry. It also helped Eliot create a playful sense of irony. Remember, irony is when a situation appears to be the opposite of what is expected. For example, you may have noticed in our lesson on T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock that it's not a love song at all. Eliot subverts or undermines our expectations for a romantic tale by serving us a portrayal of gut-wrenching loneliness. We have a similar situation here with Rhapsody on a Windy Night. Traditionally, a rhapsody is a lively, free-flowing melody that emulates an outpouring of human emotion. If something is rhapsodic, it's implied to be wild, passionate, and unpredictable. But instead of an outpouring of ecstasy and enthusiasm, Eliot delivers a cascade of confusion and agony. Rhapsody on a Windy Night is a bleak, almost nightmarish exploration of urban decay and a troubled psyche on the brink of madness. The other ironic thing is that the night doesn't seem all that windy. The only hint of atmospheric disturbance is the sputtering street lamp. Perhaps the wind is meant to be symbolic or representative of an agitated mind. What do you think? Rhapsody on a Windy Night is a lyric poem, which is a form of poetry that conveys powerful emotions. This type of poetry usually has a musical quality to it and is told using first-person language, which is when someone refers to themselves with I, me, or my. In this case, Eliot uses the lyric form to express his thoughts and feelings through a persona, or character who narrates the poem. Let's have a look at the first stanza. Rhapsody on a Windy Night by T.S. Eliot. 12 o'clock. Along the reaches of the street held in a lunar synthesis, whispering lunar incantations, dissolve the flaws of memory and all its clear relations, its divisions and precisions. Every street lamp that I pass beats like a fatalistic drum, and through the spaces of the dark midnight shakes the memory as a madman shakes a dead geranium. The poem opens at midnight, a time that's traditionally associated with the supernatural. You'll see that Eliot uses these temporal references, or references to time, throughout this poem. Each temporal reference marks another strange twist in the persona's bizarre nocturnal journey through the city. By the way, we assume the persona is male because in 1911, when this poem was written, it would have been highly unusual for a woman to wander alone at night. Later in the poem, we also learn that the persona lives alone, which would have also been unusual for a woman in that era. Moreover, there's a tone or emotion of disdain expressed towards females in this poem. The scornful descriptions of a prostitute, the moon, which is a symbol of femininity, and females generally are reminiscent of the male resentment voiced by Eliot's other famous persona, J. Alfred Prufrock.